Hi, today we are going to learn how to do some brief, simple editing in Cascade. So the first thing that you will need is access to your department's website. In order to get that, you would just go to Student Affairs Marketing's email, which on the Student Affairs Marketing webpage is down here, samarketing@northwestern.edu. And I just need your net ID and the department name that you need website access to. So that's step one. Let's assume that you got that access. So now I've gotten a request today to make some updates to the commencement website. These are in a box note, but they may come in an email or a Word document. So wherever they come from, this will all be the same. So mine are in a box note and they have these nice little check marks. So I am going to go to the page that we need to open up. So I like to have the page open that I'm going to just so I can see it live. So under families and guests, this is the page that I want to go to. So this is a quick little edit right here. So I'm going to switch over to here real quick. So here's my site, here's my families and guests, and here is this video. So we're going to go and we're going to open up Cascade. The address is wcms.northwestern.edu. And all of this information will be available on the page that you're probably watching this video on. So when you get into Cascade, this is your dashboard. Yours probably will not look this crazy as mine does, because you'll probably just have one site. The most important thing you'll need to know is just this little box right up here. You'll click on that and you'll go to your site to open it up. So the first thing it's going to do is show you, this is a directory structure. This is how the page is set up. If you go and look at your actual page, you'll see this top level navigation here matches up to the folders in here. Every folder has an index page, and that's the home page for that folder. And then within those folders, these high level directory, there are pages within it. These little guys right here are all separate pages, and you can even see the URLs right there. So the page that I need to make an update to is under families and guests. You'll notice everything over here is all lowercase, and it should be all dashes. There's some underscores here that shouldn't be there, but any pages should be named all lowercase and dashes. So we are going to go to families and guests, and the page I need to look at is this webcast videos. So the only thing I need to change on this page, let's go back to my notes, is we want to change the text to enjoy the 2020 commencement ceremony here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this information. So this is pretty important when you are copying and pasting. Well, first of all, we're going to get in this page. You're just going to hit edit right here, and this will take you to the editing page. So the only thing I need to edit is this line right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this. Now I want to paste what I have. So I'm going to go to this edit right here. And this is really the only time you have to go under this thing, but you're going to go to paste as text. What that's going to do is remove formatting from the Word document or the email or whatever. And Cascade acts really weird if you get some weird formatting in there. So this is the best way to do it. If you forget, it's not the end of the world. You may not even notice, but try to remember. If things start acting weird, this is probably why. So you'll notice this little blue box saying that everything's in plain text mode. And I'm going to hit paste, and I'm going to hit return. So now I need to link this. I need to link this internally. So there's two kinds of links. There's internal and external. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2020 commencement here. When you link something, you don't want to just link here. We want the link to actually describe where the link is going to. That's for accessibility purposes, and people with a screen reader can understand where the link is going to go really quickly. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to go to my link right up here. So there's two kinds of links, as I mentioned, internal and external. So internal means it's a link within your site. So something within the commencement website is what I'm linking to. External is if I were going to, say, the Northwestern main page or something like that, and I would just copy and paste that URL right here. But in this case, we're going internal. So when I click on this box, it's going to open up this nice little thing for me. and I can just go to browse. So now I can go through and I can figure out where I need to link this to. So I know where this page is. This is 2020 commencement live stream, and I'm going to go to this index page, choose. You don't need to worry about any of this stuff here. So now I'm linked. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I should be done. Make sure you don't have any extra spaces around, and just try to make sure that it looks right. If you have any problem, you can always contact me and I can help out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit preview draft. So what that's going to do is show me what we just did, and it's not going to make it live, but I have an opportunity to take a look and make sure it looks right, and that looks right to me. So I'm going to hit submit. So now when you hit submit, it's still not going live. What submit is doing is checking for any misspellings or any broken links or accessibility issues. In this case, I don't have anything to fix. So in both of these, if it were something broken, it would give you the opportunity to fix it, and you'll see that. So I'm clicking OK, and now it's saying everything's good. Are you ready to publish? So now when I hit publish, and it gives you a couple opportunities to make sure it's ready to publish. And when you do just one page, it's pretty much going to happen immediately. So let's go to this page. And now you see that 160-second commencement video, and then here's the link. Let's try it out. And there it's taking me to the correct page. So that is one simple edit. So let's go back to my little request thing here. And all right, we did this. I'm going to give it a little check. So now I have to go to a different page. Under ceremonies and events, so it's opening up the main ceremonies and events page. So let's go back to here. So ceremonies and events, this is the page that we need to edit. So in Cascade, we're going to go to ceremonies and events, and the index page is that home page. So as before, this is just going to show up what it looks like now. And I'm going to go ahead and click edit. So now let's look at my request. Please remove the language class of 2020 due to COVID-19. These events are being reviewed and more information will be as possible. So we're going to do that real quick. So here's a little paragraph we're going to get rid of right there. All right, that's done. At the top of the page, please include the question, what is the difference between commencement and convocation? All right, so we want this at the top of the page. So here's a content space to do this. So now here's an opportunity where I want to make sure that I'm getting rid of that formatting. So I'm going to go to edit, paste as text, and paste it all. Hit return. So now that it's in there, I want to go ahead and I want to fix this and make it look right. So first off, I think I want to get rid of this all caps. We really don't want to do that. So I'm going to just retype this real quick. Bear with me. Okay, but I do want to do this. So it is a main question, and I want to give it a heading. So this is where you go here. So where it says formats, you go to headings. Here are all your options for headings. Essentially, you're really only going to be using heading 3 and beneath. So you want to make sure that your headings are being used consistently, and you're not using like bigger headings underneath a smaller heading. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you need help, you can always contact me. So we're going to use heading 3 for this. And actually, I think that's a little big. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it this. There. So now here's the answer, and I want to get rid of this mark right here. All right. Get rid of that space. All right, so that's what we want to do. Let's take a look at it real quick. And you may have many edits to make on the same page, and it's okay to hit submit and check it out before you do anything else. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. So one thing to keep in mind is submitting. So what submitting is doing is saving what you just did. If you haven't hit submit yet and you go to another page to check something, or you leave the site for some reason, you may lose what you did. In this case, I'm going to hit check content and submit. So I should have shown you before, but what it's doing right here, you see where it says draft. It'll say draft and current. Current means that's what it looks like live right now. Draft is what you did. So when you come back, you want to make sure that that draft is still there. So this is NUs. Any acronyms are going to show up as a spell check. So I just go ahead and hit add. If it is a word that's misspelled, I would get out of it, go back to edit, and look for that word just to make sure it's not misspelled or to fix it. So this is done and ready to go, but I'm going to real quick look at my edits to make sure if there's anything else I need to do on this page. So we did this. The remaining information can stay as organized, but change the text to include. So baccalaureate. Please add. So let's go back and take a look at this. So I'm going to scroll down, and this page has sections in it. So you'll kind of have to play around with these. I'm not going to get too into detail because there's like so many options on here, and usually you can leave them blank. If you see a little red asterisk, that means you have to enter something there, but many times you're going to have some empty spaces. And feel free to play around if you've got some information you want to put above something else. So baccalaureate, here's my baccalaureate section, and we're going to put where it says link coming soon. I'm going to go ahead and hit edit, paste as text. I'm going to replace that. All right. So that's fine. Then please change the single bullet point to the 2020 baccalaureate ceremony can be viewed here. So here's another thing that can come up. Like for instance, in this box note she's given me, this link is probably an external link, meaning it's going to commencement / whatever, but this is actually something within our site. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go back to Cascade, and we are going to add right here another bullet point, and I am going to go, this is still up, so I'm going to go ahead and hit paste, and you'll see it took the link out of there. And so now I want to do this. The 2020 baccalaureate ceremony can be viewed here. So I know this is an internal link. I'm going to go ahead and hit this, open up my little browser, and we're going to browse and find the baccalaureate page, which is right here. I'm going to hit choose. Again, don't worry about any of that. Now, I think I mentioned before about the link, so obviously this is very descriptive of where this is going for the user. So we're going to go ahead and hit preview draft. And you don't need to preview draft if you're doing a bunch of things on the same page, but this just gives you an idea. So now you can see the changes that you made. And I'm going to say this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. This is going to keep coming up because it just does, and it is annoying. Hit OK. And now we can take a look and make sure it's ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and hit publish. So now we can go back and check that page. and you can see that my changes are now here. So that's a basic edit to a site. So if you have any other needs, you can contact me. Hopefully there'll be some more videos here showing little different things to do. But this is a basic, here's how to make an edit and update in Cascade. If you need any help, you can contact that SA marketing at northwestern.edu and we will help you out. All right? Thanks.